There it is. Welcome back to the Intel Extreme Masters Cologne 2014, our last stop on a long journey through Season 8, where me, James and Barry here have been enjoying some Zerg matches. Sorry, Barry.
He's okay. He's fine.
So how you doing?
I'm okay, you?
Yeah, not bad. Enjoying StarCraft?
It's all right.
All right.
That's pretty good.
Okay.
So,
I just, you seem quite short of words this evening, James, which is most unlike you.
I guess so. I mean, I've just been enjoying the PvPs. There's been a lot of them.
There were a lot of them earlier on, but
this
now
guy didn't get a look in.
No, he didn't. He does now, though.
Yeah.
Last game you watched, very interesting, actually, wasn't it, Hyun and viOLet? Just backwards and forwards all the time.
Yeah, I really wanted to elaborate on a little bit more, because especially game number 1 was really cool. The fact that Hyun was able to scout out the gasless opening, whereas viOLet wasn't able to scout out the gasless opening, meant that Hyun could take a really quick third off the back of it and really go relatively unpunished. But then Hyun wasn't as aggressive with his 2-2 timing, despite going for the contaminates, but then getting supply blocked. So the really aggressive roach push that he actually used would have been much stronger if there wasn't that little supply block that we saw. And the interesting thing about Hyun's ZVZs is that actually, in the few that we did watch, he often does get supply block for around 2 minutes, and that kicked in at exactly the wrong time during that first game. So where he could have probably killed him with that push with 1-1, unfortunately for him, viOLet's 2-2 was rapidly approaching, and then after he held off with reinforcements from the hatcheries, the 2-2 counter-attack was just too strong for him. So it was a really cool game 1.
It was early on as well. There was 2 contaminants on the 3 bases.
Yeah.
And then he got supply blocked at exactly the wrong time, didn't
Yes,
he? So
exactly.
it was kind of like, oh, it's so frustrating watching that. We now move on to the lower bracket. viOLet versus Socke, which is not perhaps the game that we thought we might get down here in the lower bracket. It also gives me a chance to talk about Grubby, which extraordinarily has turned up to an Intel Extreme Masters where he usually excels and does very well. We saw him in Singapore just over a year and a bit ago do extraordinary things in StarCraft 2, and it was almost like a watershed moment for him where, he was so close to a championship title in StarCraft again, and you thought, hang on, he's going to go on from here. And I remember talking to him at the IEM World Finals last year. Heart of the Swarm had just come out.
Yeah.
He was really super enjoying Protoss. It much more suited his style. But here we are a year on almost, and it hasn't really happened for him. And again, he's had a tournament where he's gone out 2-0, 2-0.
I think if you look back at WCS Europe when he was able to take that top finish there, that was really good for him. But since then, we haven't really seen a whole lot. I'm not too surprised that it's been difficult for him here because the lineup's really good. So I think ultimately the players that he's had to go up against have just had his number in that end.
Okay. Socke versus viOLet now. We talked a little bit about viOLet. Let's talk about Socke, because like Hasselhoff's, he's come into this as, oh yeah, decent player, been around for a long time, knows the game inside out, never really excelled at big events, got a couple of EPS titles, no problem at all locally, but internationally, it's nowhere. But like Hasselhoff's has really seemed to have had a great boot camp before he's come into this, and suddenly is now in the semi-final of the lower bracket with a genuine chance of winning a game against viOLet.
Yeah, the interesting thing about this matchup that's coming up is that they actually met each other very, very recently during the Katowice qualifiers in the American round of 32. So, whilst viOLet was able to take that series 2-0, the games were closer than that would have suggested, as Socke had in the first game especially, had a few micro issues, and then from there on, viOLet was able to come back through the game with some good use of swarm hosts. Now, going into this series, after we saw Socke was able to take a game off his previous Zerg opponent, I think he has probably a good chance here, more so than people would actually give him credit for. He's normally a Korean killer. Yeah,
you made mention of the fact that he was talking with Hasselhoff's earlier, and they've boot camped, they've practiced together quite regularly. He was obviously giving him advice just before that second game, which he then won. You commented about that, and I saw you walk over to Hasselhoff's and talk to him about his games and what he'd done. Did you get a chance to talk to him about the boot camp and how he'd helped Socke?
Well, they were boot camping in the alternate house, and it's something that they've done quite a bit before. And Socke and Hasu have always bounced ideas off one another for a long, long, long time, and this goes back way into Wings of Liberty, etc., as both of them actually came from different games. We had Hasu from Warcraft 3, Socke played StarCraft Brood War a lot, and then found a really good partnership when it came to StarCraft 2 in general.
Okay, but we know they've done this for a long time, but my question really is why has it worked so well this time? Why have they done so well with their results here? And what's different about their bootcamp, do you know?
I can't peg it for sure. I just think that boot camp, that intensive training, it's like not just playing the game, but again, bouncing those ideas off one another. And that's why the Koreans excel, right? Because they're always around it day in, day out, minute after minute, talking about the game, talking about ideas. And I think talking about general ideas and really being able to kind of incorporate those into your game can sometimes help more than just like practice forever and ever and ever, even though that does help.
All right, okay. Going to take a quick break with Kolaris, and we're going to head into our lower bracket semi-final game with two very special commentators. The first time they'll have ever done so at the Intel Extreme Masters, but they do have a little bit of history between them, so expect some fireworks between our favourite Protoss and our favourite Zerg. Take it away, guys.
Thanks, Paul. Expecting fireworks between them, and we have history?
I mean,
did Paul look at my game history and see that you crushed me at DreamHack 2 years ago or 3 years ago?
I mean, we've been on opposite side of the fence for quite a while now. You being
ever
on the
since we
Protoss
played
side,
StarCraft. I mean, you play Zerg and I play Protoss. Like we cannot be friends. It's that
we are
simple.
sworn to be mortal enemies until death.
All right, Protoss versus Zerg here. Socke versus viOLet. What's your take on this match?
I'm excited for viOLet. You know, he used to be one of my favorite Zerg players, like a player I really looked up to. Like whenever viOLet played, I would be like, okay, this is really exciting because he's one of the leaders of our race, and he's gonna play like the best game, you know, that I can look to and see like this is what I need to improve on. Yeah, now I'm not really sure. Like he's had a long time off StarCraft, and you know he had to sort out his visa for America. So
so you're a doubter.
I'm not a doubter. Like I know viOLet's gonna be back at the top. It's just a matter of like how long will it take.
Maybe no.
Maybe now, yeah.
Maybe he's back in great shape here and looking to crush some people. But he's up against Socke, somebody who's been working very hard himself, who's been boot camping. This has been mentioned many times. And I do think Socke is playing really well right now. He beat Grubby in impressive fashion, 2-0. So going to be interesting to see how these two match up against each other as well. We saw Socke try some interesting things versus Linog before. He had some nice builds in the end. Didn't work out as he wanted to, but here versus viOLet, definitely going to want to look to improve on all that. And how do you think these two match up against each other stylistically?
I think Socke is just a master of build orders. Like he's got such a wide range of builds he can do, and you know all of them are very dangerous. And as long as he doesn't get thrown off, which kind of happened against Linog, like Linog just scouted him all the time, like throw him off his game, like cancel the nexus and got all the scouts he needed and scouted the gold base. And then,
you know, that heavy rain game, it was actually all in the details. I just went over Socke. He was watching the replay with Hazu, and it was like, well, he sniped a pylon, and then Socke was stuck on 102 out of 102. He didn't have a pylon across the map to reinforce. He knew the mutas were coming, and he wanted to go for a push, which is supposed to be good. But in this case, Linog was everywhere, and he managed the situation a lot better. He salvaged the situation a little better than Socke, and in the end, got the victory.
Yeah, I agree. Like the builders Socke chooses are always very smart. It's just he might lack that like that edge that like the super top Koreans have, and it's just going to be up to viOLet right now to see if he is back on the top form that he used to be. If he will be, I think he's going to beat Socke. But if he's not at 100%, then I think Socke is going to be a really hard hurdle for him to take.
All right. Socke does play for Team XMG after all, man. This is always a bit of an edge.
That's right. XMG. Why is he not wearing the sunglasses? Man, that's like part of the XMG brand.
I don't think we would be very successful if we had to wear those sunglasses in every matches.
I don't know. I remember Elke used to wear sunglasses inside when he played. Seemed to work out for him.
I don't know. Maybe he liked to play in the dark or something.
Yeah.
You know, Titan did that in Warcraft 3 too. And his excuse was it was too bright in his room and he didn't have curtains. So he got used of playing with sunglasses.
He just wanted to look cool, let's be honest here. Any player that wears sunglasses.
Let's jump into the game as Socke versus viOLet will begin here. We're on Frost, and would you like to do some player introduction, right? Have you ever tried?
I can try, but I do not have a lot of practice, but I can try.
Okay, yeah, I want you to make it as epic as possible. Go ahead.
In the bottom left, the red Zerg player, hailing from now the United States of America. It is viOLet. Such a handsome fella he is. And in the top left, from XMG, representing Germany and Protoss, it is Socke.
It's actually scary how good you are at this. I'm not even kidding, man. All right, Socke pylon down his ramp. It looks like we're gonna have some kind of forge expand, possibly a quick scout after the forge and to try and cannon rush some kind of hatchery first. But viOLet, it looks like he's headed towards it. Yeah, and this is definitely a very quick forge here. We're gonna see. You see when he sent his probe on 12 supply. Oh, and as I say,
he's actually scouting. So I think he's gonna get a forge. Actually, he's making a lot of probes.
Yeah.
So it might be a Nexus first.
This is
after
weird.
all.
You're not supposed to scout at this timing. Maybe he sends down another probe now, gets the forge, and scouts the other way too. Or maybe this is just
Nexus
a
first.
scout at 10, which
It's
is
Nexus first, I think.
It's quite weird, to be honest.
It's a safe Nexus first, and viOLet's actually lucking out. He's gonna scout this immediately.
Yeah.
He's gonna know exactly what's going on. He's not gonna be worried about a cannon rush. So he's gonna actually. It's gonna be interesting to see if he's gonna take a third hatchery or a spawning pool right now.
Well, what do you think? If you see this, well, you definitely go for a
He
hatch
just
and
sees his Nexus,
80
so
drones,
there's
right?
no reason at all for him to get a spawning pool right now.
How many drones, right?
Yeah, just mass drones. just press that drone button.
I want a number. What's your
Mm.
ideal drone count? Don't say more than 100, please.
Well, he's getting 3 hatcheries, so he's gonna get a spawning pool. So he's gonna go up to at least 28 supply, just pure drones. And he's gonna make 2 links.
Gas before pool, maybe. Looks like he's
No
not
need.
made.
No need. He sees the forge,
Yeah.
so he knows it's like a forge expand build. Actually, Socke also alternated his probe scout path, so he's gonna see very fast it's a late pool. So he's not even gonna have to make a cannon.
A pylon. Actually, this is
Oh,
no.
cannon
This
rush.
is not a fake.
It's a cannon rush.
He wants to cannon rush anyway,
Yeah,
and the
it's
hatchery is
locked
almost
in.
finished.
It's locked in.
Yeah, but he's gonna spend a lot of money. Look, he doesn't have that much money to both get a cannon at home
Yeah.
and there. But the thing
Yeah,
is,
but the pool
he's
is so
anticipating
late.
the third hatchery, yeah. And he kind of knows that even without seeing it. This is a great read here we have from Socke. The thing is, he's gonna invest a lot to kill basically 300 minerals with a lot more than 300 minerals himself.
I think this is a great move because first of all, it's definitely gonna kill viOLet's natural. viOLet's gonna have to take his third base elsewhere, and then it's just like it creates a situation where viOLet has a really strange base layout and is gonna have to deal with whatever Socke wants to do next in a really awkward way.
Well,
So
unless he gets roaches and gets rid of this.
yeah,
There's like 5 roaches, man. I'm sure they can take out on 2 cannons.
roaches are pretty good.
All right, so viOLet right now is not planning on defending this. He's just gonna use the lavas that he can from that one hatchery. Almost supply blocked here, starting an overlord. In the meantime, Socke, he spent a lot of minerals on this, so he hasn't had the money yet to throw down additional, well, his first 2 assimilators. He's gonna have to do that very soon. You see his gateway is almost finished. This is very late assimilators here.
It's a small sacrifice for canceling a base, I feel like.
And viOLet is actually gonna expand in the other position over there. Actually close to Socke, so he feels confident enough to do that. So what do you think? What do you
I
make
think
out of this?
this is not really too bad for viOLet. Like, he lost the hatchery, but he's going to take his fourth base. The big problem is that whatever Socke is going to do next, it's going to be awkward for viOLet. Like, if he gets a perfect read on what Socke's next move is, he can perfectly counter it and defend it and be in a great position.
And he doesn't have any overlord to send in except the one around the natural, which usually is not going to see anything.
Not going to get that much. It's going to scout the gases, and that's about it.
Alright, we'll see what Socke chooses to go for here. He has 100 gas now as his cybernetics core will finish. So it's going to be hard for him to be able to start Warp Gate, +1, Stargate, all of them. So he chooses to go for the Stargate. He barely has enough gas for it right now. So his Warp Gate's going to be delayed, his Mothership core as well, and he's not going to be getting +1 anytime soon, I think. And this makes me curious. I always thought that if when you go for a cannon rush like this, going for a Stargate feels quite weak behind it. I'd much rather go for like 4 gates and +1 pressure.
I think if you go Oracle and you know, for gas though, it looks like Phoenix. I would have liked to see
when you get a Stargate, getting a first Oracle and then Phoenixes is still very viable. You reckon it's gonna be Phoenixes anyway?
Yeah, he scouted the fourth base, like the third base of viOLet.
Yeah.
So I would have liked to see like Oracle plus Zealot, some kind of like heavy pressure attack. But the fact that he's got his 4 gas so fast, he is going to get the Oracle, but I feel like he's going to get Phoenix afterwards and go into like some kind of macro game.
Okay, and you think some kind of Robo
Yeah,
before
probably
adding on
Robo and a
gateways?
third base.
Well, actually, this is going to be spotted. I didn't think that Overlord would get in there like this and be able to spot the Stargate, but viOLet goes around the cannon here. There was no Stalker ready. Remember, Socke was very short on gas.
Very fast
in this game.
callers.
And Warp Gates, yeah, he's about halfway through down, so it's time to add the gateways and 3 additional ones, at least for Socke as well as the Mothership core. I don't think this Oracle is going to do anything. We have
Look at this probe.
a Spore already positioned here.
No other air units. it looks like it's just going to be like 4-gate Zealot pressure on this 4th base, but there's already 2 spines on the way, so...
No Phoenix is behind this. One Void Ray will
Ray.
start, okay? I think he knows he's going to be up against Roaches here at least. Socke is looking to poke into that third base, which is not the
should take a
natural.
3rd right now. Like he's...
I think
viOLet knows its aggression.
Yeah, he's working on his probe count for now, and he can take it a little bit later. But yeah, this has been completely revealed. But maybe Socke can make most of it by killing some drones here and there, sending in some Zealots in the main would be nice. There is like the least defense right now in the main.
Yeah. There's 3 Zealots being warped in, just going to be some pressure. There's 13 Roaches on the way though, so I don't think viOLet's going to take anything from this. Like, it was too obvious that Socke was going to do some light pressure, so taking a 3rd base right now would be the best move for Socke.
Yeah, I'm surprised he's not showing any interest in doing this. And the Overlord is actually still alive in his main. He's scouting the entire main. He sees the additional gateways.
These Zealots are going to get a hold of though.
Socke is really committing way too much. He needs to cancel that pylon over here. Even though he has 1 Void Ray now, there is still a lot of Roaches out. And
there's a Nexus.
yeah, and those cannons are going to be killed at the natural, actually, by exactly... They were attacked by exactly 5 Roaches. So good call here by me early on. And I'm surprised Socke hasn't gone for a Robo yet, by the way. He knows he's going to be up against Roaches. Oh, he misrallied a lot of probes in his main for some time.
Well, these Void Rays are going to be fine against the ground that viOLet is producing. There's a Hydro that's then going up though, so...
Yeah.
I feel like Socke has not made the most of the situation that he could have.
Okay, yeah, I agree. And those 2 pylons are going to die at the natural of viOLet here. Supply blocking Socke, who's already supply blocked. So this is going to be hard of a hold here for Socke, even though he has 2 Void Rays. If Morlings are made... Actually, viOLet, it doesn't seem like he wants to commit to this too heavily. Oh, the sentries! They're going to get surrounded! This is a big deal here! Oh, that was not supposed to happen here. This is...
Yeah, losing 4 sentries is a huge deal. And now there's 11 Hydras on the way, so it feels like this 3rd base, as well as the robotics, is up too late to deal with this incoming Hydra push right now. And yeah, that aggression by Socke did not pay off the way he wanted it to.
And there is absolutely no tech behind this. I mean, Socke is starting charge right now, but he's not going to be getting Templars or Archons in support anytime soon. His upgrades are just +1 attack, so a Hydralist timing here surely will either extend the lead of viOLet or finish the game.
It looks like he might want to go Mass Void Ray. If he gets more Void Rays right now, and then gets charged and a lot of Zealots, he might be able to be okay.
It's going to be,
it's going to be a very iffy timing for sure.
I don't think he's going to give him the time. And viOLet, he realized that the gateways, they are on the side of the wall. He can pick them off without being shot at. Except maybe by the photon overcharge, which is actually not up yet, but will be very soon, and he goes for that. Interesting. Oh, does he go for the pylon? He goes for the pylon! This is so smart! This is unpowering those gateways, even for 25 seconds. This is a big deal. This is a really, really big deal, because Socke right now he needs to catch up on army supply. 9 more Hydra is on the way, 67 army supply against 27. Socke in so much trouble. He has the photon overcharge right now, but it's not gonna last forever. About 50 more seconds, after which he's going to be attacked, and I don't think he's going to have enough, even though he's going to have charge. Look at his Zealot count, it's so little, 4 right now.
Yeah, and viOLet is so close to this 3rd base that he's going to be able to attack it so soon.
What do you make of the Spire behind this?
I think it's a good move. It's always nice to have a Spire. Like, he can decide, like, how's the fight going? Do I want to save up gas? Do I want to go into Mutas? There's not any Peanuts out right now.
Actually, viOLet not even waiting for the photon overcharge to end. He attacks just a little bit before. Now finally it does end, and he does
this
look
looks
like
really bad.
He has too many Hydralists there. Socke, he's getting a few Zealots more. He has a bunch of Archons already. He has the Void Race in support, but viOLet's macroing so well. He's pulling back every single time, making sure those Zealots... Actually, these Archons, can they go through? Yeah, they can go through, but viOLet is training really well here. Even if Socke holds, I feel like the trade has been much better for viOLet at this point.
Yeah. Yeah, this might actually be the end of the game. Socke only has 1 Archon, 2 Void Rays left, and viOLet's just making non-stop units. The Spire is going up, the Infestation Pit is going up. He's up at 4 bases right now. And this
Socke is trying to go for the clutch hold. He's gonna warp in a few extra Zealots, but he's lost basically his entire army. 12 army supply left for the German, against 60 for the Korean player.
Doubling the supply of Socke here.
Yeah, viOLet crushing through that 3rd base of Socke, who maybe was a little bit overeager with taking it. Didn't went for the Artosis pylon here. Didn't help surely.
He was doing too many things at once.
Yeah, he took the gases, both of the gases there as well. But you have to remember, like, Socke didn't have vision on that natural of viOLet, so he didn't know if he was taking it and playing an economic style or if he was going to pressure, which is definitely one of the weaknesses of playing that target style and pressuring and not doing any damage. So behind this, Socke is going to go for the desperation move. Go for Storm. Cast won't say it went behind Mech Storm.
Might work against Terran, but I don't think it's going to work against 10 roaches. And
well, you sure as hell can't make a dash run in this situation, man. There is spores on every base. So Socke is gonna try for the Storm here. Re-expanding on the other location here. This is definitely gonna be... I'm surprised he didn't take it there in the first place, actually.
Yeah, he would have been able to hold maybe if he took that third base instead. But this was just way too close to viOLet's third base.
viOLet was like, hell yeah. I'm attacking any... If you think about it, viOLet even had his third base close to this, so that's even better for him to attack it.
His Hydras were already right there.
Good old Roach Hydra, man. Pretty good.
And now going for the Swarm Host upgrade, so actually not going to go Mutas, but...
maybe he made the Spire just to be safe against any kind of Colossus play.
He does have a lot of gas, so he could easily make like 10 Mutas.
Yeah, but he knows there's a Stargate, there's probably some Templars, Archons. And yeah, Socke is going to try to defend with Storm. Good Storm, but there's way too much, I think.
Too much Zerg here.
54 army supply for viOLet, 38 for Socke. Do you think we see a Mutas transition after, if this is held?
Yeah, 13 Mutas. There we go. 13 Mutas, and then he can do whatever he wants. I think he knows that he won this game right now.
Socke in lots of trouble right now. His natural expansion overly saturated. He's going to use the Photon Overcharge, but those Void Rays are all going to fall. I'm surprised Socke is still in this game, actually. And viOLet is going to crush through this army. Is even going to get a snipe on the Nexus. Some nice micro indecision here with his army.
And now the Mutag are just going to cause havoc for Socke, who is not in any kind of shape ready to deal with Mutalisks.
Yeah, not a single Phoenix out on the map. He has a bunch of Zealots, 1 Templar and 1 Sentry. Good luck and have fun, Socke. Just not gonna work out. He restarts the Nexus, and in the meantime, you see, viOLet's playing it really safe. He's starting Spines all over the place, and upon seeing those Mutas, GG is gonna be called. viOLet takes the first game of this series here.
Not phased by the cannon rush.
Yeah.
Solid decisions, you know, 13 Roaches, ready to deal with any of those 4-gate Zealot pressure.
It's like I said, I really feel like this is not worth it personally, because even though you kill the hatchery, you don't kill the lavas, which is a big deal. You make your opponent lose 300 minerals, but realistically I would say it's even less than that, just because he has the opportunity to use those lavas to make drones.
Yeah.
3 pylons and 2 cannons, that's 600 minerals. To kill 300 minerals, the Zerg can just re-expand somewhere else and you delay your attack way too much. So
yeah,
this was...
It also becomes very likely that you're going to put on gateway pressure after you cannon rush. So then a lot of Zergs can just counter that by making Roaches, and then...
Maybe if the Oracle had done like a ton of damage, but even then I think like viOLet would have been able to just remake drones and be fine. So viOLet is going to bring Socke on the verge of elimination here, as the winner of this will move on to the lower brackets, round 3, and face either Linok or Tarantius. Right after this match we will have Fionn versus Patience, of course. The winner will move on to the group stage, and the loser will get another chance. We see Hazu coaching Socke here a little bit. Why did you expand here, man? Why did you do it? I told you, always expand far away and never attack.
Come on, just make cannons and defend. Get some Tempest, some Templars, some Mothership. Get that late game death ball.
This is not...
Oh, the next map is Alter Zim.
Oh, wow.
So some Hasub's tips could be golden in this scenario.
Yeah, we'll see how Socke chooses to play this. It feels like right now Socke is a big fan of taking a quick third versus Zerg, personally, I feel like, and then doing pressure with sentries, kind of like what Patience did, being active with sentries. This was some very inspiring Protoss play, I have to say. You even said yourself, this was very entertaining for you.
I liked it a lot, yeah.
So does it make you want to play Protoss? To see
no.
Come on!
No.
Really?
No, I don't ever feel like I want to play Protoss.
Only Terran and Zerg?
Terran and Zerg, yeah.
So you're a big Protoss hater, or is
No, it's just, you know, I liked it playing Protoss in Brood War, but I don't like force fields. So, like, how would you go about playing Protoss if you can't use force fields?
Like, hey, you learn to.
It's almost impossible. Like,
why?
To defend, you need force fields. To attack, you need force fields.
I can explain you how it works.
If you can show me a way to play Protoss without force fields.
No, with force fields.
without force fields, man. I don't like using force fields.
Why?
I'm just not a fan of how it works.
Okay. Okay, so you're a hater after all. You admit.
I don't like force fields, but I like Protoss.
Okay.
Yeah. The
You
way
like-
Patience played is cool. Like I think Mothership Core being able to recall like zealots everywhere,
Yeah.
attacks everywhere. But most Protoss games are all about the force fields. I feel like.
All right, Alterzim struggle here between Socke and viOLet as second map. viOLet looking like he's thinking really hard right now. This is actually a tricky map, I feel, to play versus Zerg.
Yeah.
Because as much as it's easy to expand as Protoss, so it is as Zerg. And going into those 4 bases, 5 bases scenario early on for Zerg, you have always the possibility of a muta switch, which you need to be very well aware of. Even Ultras and all this composition going to be very, very strong as well. Lots of open field in the middle of the map, so Soccer's going to have to keep in mind, and I wouldn't be surprised, even if it take a second or third base, for him to try and move out and make something happen consistently.
Yeah, I think this map is really difficult. Like, it's such a large map that the mid game can skip you by really easily, and you think you're fine, but all of a sudden the other guy's on 5 bases, and anything can come at you. At the same time, it's very easy to hide a pylon here and just, kill your opponent right away. So
With just one pylon?
yeah, with a hidden pylon and like
That's
4
a
or
little
5
bit of an
gates.
overstatement, isn't it?
Well, I've missed pylons on this map and just died outright because I was like going like, okay, it's a
80
big map.
drones.
Need to make like 50 mutas. And then
You
like,
fought Zealot +1 with drones and a queen.
yeah, exactly.
All right, you did such a good job of player's introduction that I'm going to let you do it again.
Okay, well, in the top left, we have the Red Zerg from United States of America. It is viOLet.
Actually from Korea, but
Well, he's
resides-
from Korea, but he's got a US visa, so he's going to be American in like 5 years.
So he's representing freedom.
Don't people shout viOLet, 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 USA, USA, USA? That's what they do in America. Alright, so in the bottom left, from Germany, representing XMG, it is Socke, the blue Protoss.
Socke, who's a big fan of heavy metal, man. Did you know that every time he plays, he loads up a song and then listens to it?
Yeah. Well,
Early
you
on
can
in the
tell by
game.
his hairstyle that he likes to rock.
We didn't have a gateway thrown down just yet by Socke, but he put his pylon at his ramp here. So there is a good chance we're going to see a Nexus first, followed by a gateway at the ramp, which is definitely one of the better builds you can do on this map. But look,
Super
viOLet's-
early drone scout.
Yeah, well, why is that? He wants to make sure he's safe, you think? And
Yeah.
he throws down the first hatchery outside of his base, like not the indoors one.
He's actually kind of lucky he gets to scout so early. This is...
You think
Pretty
gateway
nice.
first or forge? Yeah, by
I think
Socke?
gateway for sure.
Yeah, but he gets scouted. Don't you think he might be scared of some kind of attack? Still goes gateway, you're right.
If you see the drone this early, it usually means it's going to be economic build. Like it could be like a 9 pull, but yeah,
Not really a hatch block on this map.
no.
That would be sick. Hatch block in the main, like you're like, what the hell? You don't have a pylon on your expansion, like
It's
it
like a
takes forever
20. It's
to
like a
remove.
33% chance that you scout on the first position. So it's
For
hard
some
to
people
base
it's good
strategies.
enough, right?
For some people, yeah, it's hard to base strategy top.
It's
down.
more than enough.
It takes a lot of balls.
All right, double gas going down here by Socke, and he might skip the forge completely here. Upon seeing that he's fine, I do think he's going to go straight away into a cybernetic score. So I like the opener for both here, like identifying exactly what they're up against, knowing they're safe, and basically teching instead of getting defense. Definitely a good way to play in the matchup. And this is, I would say, probably the only map right now where you will see this kind of game.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
because it's so easy to expand and at least take one, the natural base, the one indoors.
But it's still kind of interesting that they scouted each other so early. Normally that doesn't happen on this map.
Yeah, but I think Socke's early scout was a reaction of being scouted early.
Yeah.
Just because sometimes he's going to mean there's some links on the way.
Yeah.
You don't want them to say knock knock and then
Look
say
at that
who's there.
gas timing on a natural over viOLet.
Interesting, a single one at like 420. And
Yeah.
usually you take 2 at 5 or...
Yeah,
what- if you go for 3 hatches like the way he did, when would you take your guys?
You can do it like this and go for link speed early, which means you're kind of afraid of like some kind of gateway attack. You want to
Okay.
have link speed so you can kill pylons and have map control.
So you think this is because he saw the gateway opener and he knows?
Yeah, I think so. He's
Okay.
just playing it safe.
Forge went down as well for Socke. Where is it?
Forge, that's interesting.
Oh,
Got a lot of gas.
Yeah. He's going to be able to start +1 very quickly here. And I wouldn't be surprised again if he goes into a quick third base, accumulates a good number of sentries and then moves out and basically try to do the same thing that Patient did. Just be very active, use good force fields to put pressure on, and yeah, try to get some kind of a lead or even win the game.
viOLet actually scouted the Forge, so viOLet knows exactly what's going on. A Forge on this map might actually mean you just want really quick upgrades because you're getting ready for a late game. Like, so he could actually take a very fast third Nexus. He had saw that there was no gas being taken by viOLet, and he actually didn't see the gas on the natural.
Yeah.
So a third Nexus would not be surprising to me.
Actually, viOLet stopped mining gas after 100 here, making sure he focuses on the minerals right now. Socke not taking the gases on his expansion just yet. He actually added 3 extra gateways in his main, so this is going to be a +1 4 gateways pressure, which I thought would definitely be a better choice in the previous game if he had done it. Oh, has to be careful here. Fuelings might surround his Stalker. He's not paying attention. And viOLet with the nice surround here.
Yeah, that really hurts losing
on the
this.
Zealot as well. Wow, and he's gonna spot this proxy pylon, I think, unless Socke throws him down right there where he has his probe, which is just below that Overlord. Right now, viOLet cannot see this. Oh, he barely does not. Oh, he sees it.
He sees it.
Oh,
yeah.
this is such a big deal. There is the Roach Run on the way. 6 more links. Speed's about to finish,
Speed's
and viOLet is gonna crush this.
There's 6 gates from Socke, and with viOLet spotting this and Speed being almost done, 3 Overlords on the way, viOLet's in a perfect
And you know what?
position.
Socke was committing to this quite heavily. He's adding on even more gateways after the initial 3 ones that he had made. He made 4 more.
6.
So, what? He's committing to 7 gateways, but he's going to be up against a ton of Roaches and Zerglings. I think this is just not going to work out here.
No, this is looking really, really bad actually for Socke. Counterattack being thrown at his ramp,
Yeah.
which he'll probably be okay against, but it's still really, really annoying.
Yeah.
At the same time, this pylon will probably die to the Zerglings.
Yeah, but he's made a few more. And by the way, the units from that indoor space from viOLet will take quite some time to rejoin the reinforcements at the 3rd base. But I just think he's going to be able to get enough Roaches to defend very well here. And see, he's sniping another pylon now.
Yeah, he's killing pylons and making Roaches, which is like the perfect thing to do. The Lings are going to be able to take out the pylon from the back.
I don't think making Roaches is ever wrong when you play Zerg.
Usually you win when you make Roaches.
Alright, more Zealots being warped in right now by Socke. They are missupply right now, 32 against 49. Oh, the Stalkers on move command here. They're gonna take quite some damage from these Roaches and Queens. Socke has to pull back. He needs to let those Zealots tank. I think there's just too much here for viOLet. Socke's pulling back. He's trying to micro as much as he can. He does have the +1. This is the only thing that he had going for him in going to this game. The Mothership Core is gonna fall, and I think Socke is gonna be defended. And from there, he has to play from so far behind. Remember, if he loses here, he's out of the tournament.
Yeah. So many pylons taken down by the Zerglings coming from the back, and now this army is just going to get crushed. The Zerglings will get to surround all the Stalkers, and, you know, Roaches will take care of the rest. And now it's 3 hatches, 3 queens, creep spread against 7 gateways, no tech, not a lot of probes. Supply pretty much tells the tale. This is such a hard situation for
Socke doesn't even have the gases on his expansion, actually.
No.
Which is really, really bad. Like when if you want to transition out of what he did, you definitely need those gases. So he's going to make one of them, start a Twilight as well. Wouldn't be surprised to see something like a Dark Shrine here to try and get basically like a zillion drone kills.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't think anything exists that can save him in this situation. It's a perfect defense by viOLet.
I think you have a great and bright future as a caster. You're very good at hyping the games. But
well, I mean, what do you think? What's the one scenario where Socke wins? Get a DT, get like 20 drone kills?
More, no, 20 would not be enough. Like viOLet will have enough money to remake like 30. Man, it's like Roaches. You kill one, 10 come out from somewhere. So yeah, at this point,
even this Wallen is like super annoying to deal with Roaches. Like
the problem is he doesn't have a pylon on the map too. Like if he goes for DTs, then how does he get them across the map quickly? Because Lair's gonna finish now. And I think he might be thinking about DTs just because he realized that his opponent was on tier 1. But viOLet, he actually cut
the Lair already.
Yeah, now. But like to hold the attack, he was he hadn't teched or anything, and he actually cut drones so early. Did you see? It was like 30 something. They had the same worker count, which if Socke had known, he would definitely have chrono boosted extra probes, played defensively, and secured himself a 3rd, and he would have been in a good position. He throws down the 3rd Nexus. Oh my god, this guy is fearless. And Blink started, so this is not going to be a Dark Shrine. I don't think this is the correct way to go about this here.
And 10 more Roaches, so viOLet's just going to mass units. And
you think going for like something like Burrow and maybe burrow movement or quick speed and just attacking continuously on that third base or making sure Protoss doesn't take it is a good way to play it?
I think whatever. If he just attacks, he'll be fine. Does he have roach speed? He didn't start it, right?
No,
He's actually missing roach speed.
Yeah, he just got Lair not long ago. Yeah,
He's forgetting about it.
But, oh, he doesn't have the gas, actually. Look at his gas.
Yeah.
Because he made more roaches now and he started +1. viOLet does not have the gas to start roach speed. So he just got it now. And maybe, yeah, he's forgetting it. This could be a huge mistake, but if you look at the supply, shouldn't matter. Soccer's moving out. Okay, this guy.
Fearless.
To say the least. Moving out with like 5 sentries, 2 stalkers, and a mothership core, and proxying pylons. He's on 22 army supply against 82. This is what you call a bluff, my friend.
I look at viOLet. He's got 400 gas now. He's totally forgetting about roach speed, but I feel like it's not going to matter.
Yeah, he's going to attack with
even
slow
with
roaches.
slow roaches. It's going to be totally fine.
You should realize now. He's moving them. He's looking at them. Still not realizing.
It's not something you think about when you're like in the moment of playing a tournament game. Like he's probably thinking
Then what
like
do you think about?
everything is going really well. I stopped this attack. I have this many roaches. Like I'm gonna win the game with or without speed.
That sounds like not a very good mindset,
Yeah.
right?
I don't know. There's just a lot of examples of people like. Obviously, you see the roaches are not as fast, but like he doesn't realize.
Yeah. And Speed still not starting. 12 more drones on the way as viOLet now has a 4th base. He should realize now that is he trolling? Oh, it's start speed, okay.
Ah, okay.
Finally, he realized.
Okay.
Off creep. On creep, he didn't realize.
His creep spread is beautiful, by the way.
It's pretty good. It's no Scarlet creep spread, but it's pretty okay.
Still pretty nice.
Like a B minus.
I think it's quite nice. It's really round. It's like going in every direction. Creeping on this map is very difficult.
Yeah, but creeping in general is pretty easy.
Yeah, it is not that hard.
All right, Novaseer is going to be taken out here as our knows that there is blink made from Socke. I don't think it's... Oh, double Stargate. Did he see the Spire?
Double Stargate.
Oh, he saw the Spire in the main. Socke sent an hallucination, so he knows.
But viOLet's maxed and viOLet's gonna attack right now.
Yeah, and I think, he might not even use this target. It's funny, he's maxed out, but out of 192 supply. He's not maxed out, by the way. He has 1 more supply.
He could make 2 more links.
And 3 Stargates here made by Socke. Nice force field. Ooh, Merry Christmas. Gonna get a whole bunch of those links. And does he have... He has a photon overcharge. And 9 mutas start. I wouldn't be surprised to see Phoenixes start right away when those targets finish, just because Socke is super scared of mutas, as all Protosses should be.
viOLet
You think
should
any chance he can
definitely-
come back? Because like this army of roaches is kind of trash.
Yeah,
to be
viOLet
honest.
needs to attack right now. Like, the longer he waits, the less value these roaches will have.
Fleet Beacon's going down. But the thing is, viOLet has a lot of money behind this, and he has well-saturated bases, but what does he transition into if these units don't do anything? Because those roaches, they're going to get force-fielded. He's getting a whole bunch of spines. Don't you think he's playing this wrong?
Yeah, I think not having roach speeds kind of messed him over, because he needs to be attacking right now. I still think he's going to be fine. Like, it's not that many units by Socke. There's still a lot of roaches, and there's going to be mutas into the main base. Like, the Phoenix can probably deal with the mutas, but this is still way too many roaches.
Again,
By
getting a whole
not doing
lot of
anything,
those
he's
roaches.
kind of giving Socke a chance.
He needs to macro the Phoenixes. It's going to be very difficult to force field the roaches plus macro the Phoenixes at the same time. Socke is actually losing a bunch of those Phoenixes, but he has enough to kill all of those mutas right now. He's going to blink
But
back
the
a
roaches
little
are
bit.
getting into the stalkers.
Yeah, but the Phoenixes, man, they're going to come in defense. Soccer's going to hold, I think.
But look at the supply.
Oh, what?
there's-
These
there's-
roaches, man.
There's no way.
Okay, man, I'm telling you, believe.
37 more roaches are on the way.
I told you, man, it's like you kill 1, there is 37 more.
37 more are on the way, yeah.
And Socke was chasing again. No, he's misreading this right now, again.
And Socke's getting more Phoenix, even though there's no more mutas. So
Yeah.
the next attack, it should be over.
Actually, we don't have Spores. So if he went into the bases of his opponent, he could do quite some damage, but keep in mind, you know what would be good now? A Dark Shrine, because he has Phoenixes to kill the Overseers, and there is no Hydralisk. So if he had the Dark Shrine, he could defend very well against those roaches, but yeah, as you said, it's like way too many of them. viOLet is injecting really well, and he came out of this fight with more supply than he had before. Plus 2
And
attack
for Socke,
upgrades.
it's a lot harder right now to rebuild his supply. He doesn't even have a robotics facility. He can't make Immortals, which is like the natural counter to roaches.
He could make some Void Rays, but actually
Yeah.
out of gas. He starts 1 Void Ray, a single one, but there is just too many roaches. viOLet is going to keep on getting there. He's going to get a snipe on that Nexus. The cannons finished too late, and double Robo was going down, but too little, too late. Socke, those Phoenixes, they are good. In good numbers too, but they got too much work here, man. They might even look. They are going on strike. They're not even doing anything anymore.
How mad are you that Roaches just dominate Protoss once again?
On a scale from 1 to Hydra?
1 to Hydra, yeah.
Probably Hydra. And well, Socke is gonna stay in the game a little bit longer as he has to basically accept that he's out of the tournament. As viOLet will move on to face on the winner of Tarantius versus Linok later on. Man, those Roaches, they are quite unstoppable.
They're a good unit. They've won a lot of games in like the history
I like
of
how,
StarCraft.
as we say that, they're like stuck down a ramp and a Void Ray is making love to them. More force fields will go down. Socke refuses to leave. He's staying a little bit longer in the game. He went for some kind of Zealot run by around the map, but just didn't do much. He had queued like some Zealots moving right across the map to try and do some counter-attack. Maybe try and get lucky, do some economic damage. Sadly for him, viOLet paid attention.
Don't you think the
defended
creep
that quite
spread?
well.
The creep spread is beautiful. We have to point that out.
Come on, it's 21 minutes.
But
Of course
I mean,
he's supposed to be there.
It looks really nice. Look at the mini
Oh,
map.
the Phoenix is trying to do some damage, but we have Corruptors out. Why is he going Corruptors, by the way? It's weird.
He doesn't. It doesn't matter what he makes at this point.
So what do? You take a dice, you roll it,
Yeah.
you flip a coin.
He's got a lot of Phoenix. What kills Phoenix? Yeah, Corruptors does. Why not?
They're not supposed to catch up. Yeah, in this case, they do. As Socke tries a little bit too hard to do some damage. He knows he's
He
playing
must know
from
he's
behind.
dead.
Yes, and he's getting Void Race. Imagine this will be the sickest comeback, man. Imagine he comes back. What are you gonna do? What color will you dye your hair?
I'll go with orange.
Netherlands.
Yeah, that's right. I'll be ready for the World Cup.
Alright, a few of these Roaches are getting picked up right now. One more Void Race being made, and actually, viOLet has no idea this is being made right now. He's getting 5 Infestors, which obviously are going to be very good against anything that Socke can do right now, because we have no Colossus on the way. Long distance mining happening at that third base. Socke already almost mined out at his natural too. He's just in such a bad position, man.
Yeah, this is not winnable. As soon as the Infestors finish, he pulls any kind of Queens, any amount of Hydras with his attack. Kill these Void Rays. It's gonna be over.
And the Roaches again going for an attack. They're going to get the snipe on that Nexus. Socke was not paying attention. He was looking at his Phoenixes. And because of this, he's not looking at his Phoenixes. They're going to get fungal. No. Barely escaped the sight of that one Infestor behind this Void Rays. They got a few kills, but with that Nexus killed here, Socke's economy, man. He has so little income right now. Less than 1,000, whereas viOLet is at about 2,000. Those Zealots across the map doing some attack on that 5th base of viOLet. Not going to be able to do anything either.
Yeah, it's hard for Socke. He played a good tournament. Like he came very close. He came very close against beating Linok.
Yeah.
His Immoral Little Habitation had a lot of potential, but unfortunately, against viOLet, he just kind of got the unlucky end of the build orders and.
I thought you were going to say bopped.
Bopped?
Yeah.
He got bopped?
Yeah.
No, I don't say that.
And viOLet is actually going to bring the spines onto the fight here.
That creep spread
Why
is
not?
nice. Give some
Oh,
credit.
the fungals here are going to be important.
Boom,
Oh,
4
okay.
Void Rays. And the Sentries. The Sentries are going to die too. There's a lot of Corruptors.
Some money.
There goes the
here.
Sentries. Alright.
Gonna hit all of those Void Rays. viOLet's gonna move in there, and this is gonna be it for Socke. Gonna be eliminated from the Intel Extreme Masters Cologne.
GG. I'm
Third
sorry.
good race.
Sorry for your XMG brother Socke.
It's okay. viOLet's such a nice guy.
But I'm happy for viOLet, you know?
I was
He
happy.
just came back into the tournament scene.
Yeah.
It's nice to see his tournament life extended, and he will have a chance against the winner of Linok and Tarantius.
And
Looks
Linok
like
is
it's
up
1-0
1-0 right now, yeah.
for Linok.
You heard my prediction earlier for this.
Who did you say would advance?
Kian and viOLet. So it's still possible, but Patience
Yeah.
has looked pretty scary.
Patience
this
has
deck.
looked, honestly, from all the players I've seen, I haven't seen Hyun play, but Patience has looked really, really dominating. So him against Hyun is going to be sick.
Yeah, Hyun versus Patience. What do you think? What's your take?
Well, if Patience keeps playing the way he did against Linok, if it was not just like a 1-2 trick that he did with his builds, and he's got more to show.
So you think
then,
if he does the same builds, he wouldn't do that as well?
he might do the same builds, but in that case, I feel like it's just a few tricks he has. But I'm trying to see if he has like the complete package to actually win the whole tournament. Which I'm really curious, because he looked really impressive, and I don't get impressed by Protoss players that often.
I like the context in which you use the complete package. Very well done, Rhett. All right, we'll be right back later on with Sion versus Patience, but first let's go and check in with Red Eye.
Thank you very much. Yes, we're going to check in with Kalaris in just a moment for a quick update on the other game that was going on at the same time. Congratulations, though, to viOLet. Mr. Kalaris, you've been watching. I get the vibe that you didn't really enjoy that game.
It was over pretty quickly, to be honest with you. Lenok taking a 2-0 victory over Trantius. Unfortunate for our German fans here.
Indeed, yes. We seem to be losing Germans quicker than Swarm hosts are coming out today.
You're really on this Swarm host binge. Nice. I'm liking it. It's okay. But no, the first game was 4-gate aggression after an expansion. Lenok identified it, dealt with it, and then sent Lings over and killed him. Second game was forcing the Nexus to be cancelled with a few Lings, similar to what we actually saw before during the day. And then Tarantis tried to go for 4-gate with an in-base pylon. Made quite a good meal out of it, but then was ran over in the end anyway, so 2-0.
GG. So Lenok through. Did you see anything from him that you thought, yeah, he's okay, he's gonna get through this open bracket, or do you think he's struggling right now?
In those games, I think it seemed kind of trivial for Lenok. Not gonna lie. He seemed pretty comfortable in those games, dispatched of Tarantis pretty easily, to be honest. All
right, okay. Well, thank you very much. We're going to take a quick break. Don't forget, keep your tweets coming. Keep mentioning on Facebook as well, facebook.com/IEM. Leave your comments on there as well. There'll also be some polls up as to who will win which matches as well, so make sure you check those out. And, of course, interact with us on Twitter using the hashtag #IEM. Tell us who you think will make it through open bracket number 2. Earlier on today, of course, we already saw 2 players make it through to the round of 16, and tomorrow groups A and B will begin, and C and D will follow on Saturday with the quarters, the semis and the grand final on Sunday. We'll see you in a few for more StarCraft 2.